Did you know that every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a heart attack? According to the CDC, heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the country, killing more people than all forms of cancer combined. And here's the most alarming part. Most of these deaths could be prevented if the signs were recognized in time. But what happens in reality? A person feels mild discomfort, assumes it's heartburn, anxiety, or just a bad day, and misses the golden window to save their own life. Hi, I'm William, and in today's video we're going to talk about the 10 heart attack signs that most people ignore. We're going way beyond the classic Hollywood chest pain. I'll show you subtle symptoms that can show up days or even weeks before the event, especially in women and diabetics. If you care about your life and your family's future, stay with me until the end. Sign number 6 is one of those symptoms that people dismiss as something simple and end up in the ICU because of it. Before we dive into the signs, let me quickly explain what's happening inside your chest. Think of your heart as a pump that works non-stop, 24 hours a day, but still needs fuel. This fuel is the oxygen-rich blood that reaches the heart through small vessels called coronary arteries. The problem starts when these arteries gradually clog over the years with fat and cholesterol, forming plaques. One day, one of those plaques ruptures and a clot forms at that spot, suddenly blocking the blood flow. And here's the phrase cardiologists repeat constantly: time is muscle. When blood stops reaching the heart, its cells begin to die, and dead cells don't come back. Healthy muscle is replaced by scar tissue, tissue that doesn't contract, doesn't pump, doesn't help. The result? A permanently weaker heart. This is why recognizing the signs early isn't just about avoiding pain. It's about protecting the strength of your heart for the rest of your life. Now that you understand what's happening behind the scenes, let's move on to the signs you should never ignore again. Sign 1. The elephant on the chest. This is the classic sign, but even so, many people misinterpret it. It's not always that dramatic movie scene where someone grabs their chest and collapses. In real life, what appears is pressure, tightness, or a heavy sensation in the center of the chest, almost like something is being crushed from the inside. Some describe it as an enormous weight, others as a band tightening around the chest. Sometimes there's no sharp pain at all, just persistent discomfort. Imagine someone saying, "It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest." If that sensation lasts more than a few minutes or comes and goes, it's a classic heart attack sign, especially in men. If this happens to you, it's not time for a cup of tea to see if it gets better. Your body is warning you that something serious is happening. Sign 2. Unexplained shortness of breath. Now, pay close attention, especially women. Sign 2 is shortness of breath with no logical explanation. Picture this: you're sitting on the couch or walking slowly around the house, and suddenly it feels like you've just run a marathon. You try to breathe in, but the air doesn't seem to enter. This happens because the heart isn't pumping efficiently, and your lungs feel the impact too. This sign is very common in women, elderly individuals, and diabetics, and it often appears before any chest pain, or without chest pain at all. If you suddenly feel out of breath in situations that used to be effortless, that's not normal, especially if it comes with chest tightness, malaise, or strange fatigue. That's a red flag. And if shortness of breath is scary, sign 3 is the kind that makes everyone around you panic. Sign 3. The cold death sweat. Sign 3 is intense cold sweat, an unmistakable warning. It's not sweat from heat or exercise. It's the kind where the person is sitting still, suddenly turns pale, the skin becomes cold and clammy, and sweat starts dripping. Anyone nearby immediately thinks something is really wrong. This happens because the body goes into full emergency mode. The nervous system triggers a survival response, redirecting blood to vital organs and dropping skin temperature, which creates that classic cold sweat. Sign 4. Pain that travels through the body. This is one of the trickiest signs because it fools even healthcare professionals. When the heart is in distress, pain can radiate, meaning it travels to other areas that share the same nerve pathways. The most classic example is the left arm, all the way down to the pinky finger. But it doesn't stop there. It can also travel to the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, and the upper back. Now imagine this. A man feels strong jaw pain and thinks it's an inflamed tooth. He books a dental appointment. The dentist takes a look and says, "This isn't dental." Minutes later, he's in the ER, having a heart attack. And here's the crazy part. For some people, upper back pain is the only symptom. No chest pain, no shortness of breath, just a sudden, unexplained pain between the shoulder blades. If this pain appears out of nowhere, feels like pressure, burning, or heaviness, especially with other symptoms, treat it as an emergency. Sign 5, the stomach trickster. This sign delays diagnosis all the time because it mimics something everyone has felt: nausea, heartburn, and indigestion. The person feels sick, bloated, or wants to vomit and immediately thinks, "I ate something bad." But the heart and stomach are much closer than you think. When the heart loses blood flow, it irritates the vagus nerve, the same nerve involved in digestive sensations. The brain interprets it as a stomach issue. Here's a very common case. A 52-year-old woman woke up with nausea and severe heartburn. She took an antacid, laid down, and thought it was gastritis. 2 hours later, she was in the ICU. This sign is especially common in women and often comes with cold sweat or sudden weakness. If intense indigestion appears suddenly and violently or comes with other signs, don't dismiss it. It might not be your stomach complaining. It might be your heart begging for help. Sign 6, sudden dizziness or fainting. A heart attack can drop your blood pressure almost instantly. With less blood reaching the brain, the body starts to shut down. The result? Sudden dizziness, blurry vision, feeling like you're about to pass out or fainting altogether. This is often mistaken for dehydration, low blood sugar, heat, or simple low blood pressure. But think about it. You've eaten well, hydrated, you're not sick, and suddenly the world spins. That's not normal. If dizziness comes with chest discomfort, cold sweat, or shortness of breath, don't wait. Call for help immediately. Sign 7, extreme and sudden fatigue. This one knocks people out, especially women. This is not regular tiredness, not laziness. It's an overwhelming exhaustion completely out of proportion to your activity. Simple tasks like making the bed, taking a shower, walking to the kitchen feel like running a marathon. You feel like your batteries have been ripped out. This happens because your heart isn't pumping enough blood to your muscles. And here's the scary part. This can happen days or weeks before the actual heart attack. If extreme fatigue appears out of nowhere and starts disrupting basic activities, that's a massive red warning light. Sign 8, intense anxiety or a sudden sense of doom. This sign is extremely underestimated because so many people deal with anxiety today. But here's the crucial difference. Heart attack anxiety is not emotional. It's biological. It appears out of nowhere, even in people who've never had anxiety before, and comes with a terrifying sense that something terrible is about to happen. It's the body signaling collapse. If this fear appears suddenly, with no emotional cause, especially alongside chest tightness or shortness of breath, take it seriously. Sign 9, palpitations and irregular heartbeat. Your heart has a natural rhythm. When it starts skipping beats, racing unexpectedly, or beating irregularly, it's a sign that the heart's electrical system is struggling, often due to lack of oxygen. People describe it as a sudden jump inside the chest, a strange internal vibration, or even an engine misfiring. If palpitations last more than a few seconds, come with dizziness, tingling, or appear alongside other signs, treat it as an emergency. Sign 10, the feeling that something is wrong. This sign is almost intuitive, and that's what makes it frightening. Before a heart attack, Many people report a deep sense of malaise, hard to describe. It's not pain, not tiredness. It's an internal certainty that something is not right. Doctors hear this all the time. "Doctor, I couldn't explain it. I just knew I wasn't well." It's the body signaling danger before the mind understands it. A typical case. A patient walked into the hospital saying, "I don't know what's happening, I just know I'm not normal." No chest pain, no shortness of breath, just that strange feeling. An hour later, he had a heart attack. If you have risk factors like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or a family history of heart disease, take this sign even more seriously. Now you know the 10 signs that might save a life, maybe your own. And here's the truth no one likes to hear. There's no shame in going to the hospital and discovering it was nothing. Shame is ignoring the symptoms and not getting a second chance. If you feel any of these signs, especially more than one at the same time, don't wait. Take action. And do me, and someone you love, a huge favor. Share this video in your family group. You might literally save someone from a heart attack this year. Thank you for watching. Take care of your heart, and I'll see you in the next video.